Mr. Bridinger. Morning, good morning.
How are you today, sir?
It's on.
Hey, throwing a fat guy in a tree, it'd be Christmas.
Yeah, boy.
Good morning. I'll officially call this meeting of the Seneca County Board of Commissioners to order. Please join us for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Kirschner will lead us with prayer.
Okay, let's take a moment. Heavenly Father, we ask for your blessings on all those present today. We thank you for the recent rain for the farmers, and we ask for your wisdom in doing what is best for those that we represent. We ask this through your Son, our Lord. Amen.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Stacy.
Here.
Commissioner Zoller is absent. Commissioner Kirschner.
Here.
We'll have the signing of the journal, and we'll accept a motion to approve the DVD recording from our previous session, which was Tuesday, June 21st, and the index of that meeting.
I guess that means me. I was so moved.
I will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approved. All right. Do we have any adjustments to the printed agenda? Anything needs to be added? Okay. All right. Then we're going to go down to our little schedule. We've got at the bottom of the agenda of some things, and we've got Greg Ettinger, who is the superintendent of Vanguard Sentinel Career Center, and he is here, and so is Ken Majors and Dan Stahl, representing EMS and EMA. And I don't know if, Mike, if you want to take it from there, you've had the meetings.
I'll just let Greg kind of talk about what kind of the initial thoughts are, and the other two gentlemen can chime in as they deem necessary.
Sure. Vanguard Sentinel, and specifically Sentinel, we're going through some growth period, so we are, you want me to stand up? I kind of feel like
Entirely up to you. Whatever's comfortable.
throwing things in my back there. But no, we're going through some growth, and we started this discussion back December of 2015. And in the growth area, we're running out of space, obviously, within the Sentinel facility. So we decided we were going to expand our public safety program because of where that program is located within the facility. It's really just a classroom setting, and they do a great job and produce great results. So to take it to the next level, let's get them really the classroom and lab that they need to really support their training. So we moved forward with some initial plans to kind of lay out a separate facility outside of the Sentinel building, and being kind of public safety oriented. We had heard just through the grapevines of some of Seneca County possibly looking for a secondary site for their EOC. So we just started initial conversation, could that work? So we just kind of continued to discuss that. Now as we move forward, with our board now, we're at the point where we did approve last Thursday night the actual contracts to move forward with the building. So it'll be a 10,000 square foot building with about half of that space being used for our public safety program, another classroom used for another program that does not have a related type classroom within our facility, a wellness room, and then we have set aside 1,000 square feet for our adult ed and / want to partner for an opportunity with Seneca County and EOC to provide a secondary site, which would obviously, I think, bring a lot to the community, and we talk about safety-wise. If the primary site did go down, you know that Seneca County is going to keep up and running and provide that service, and we're wanting to just kind of take those discussions further. What would it take to partner? As we laid out just some space, there would not be any upfront cost to Seneca County to provide that secondary site, because we're trying to look at it as a dual use for our adult ed and for the EOC. So whether you use it as a secondary site or not, we would use the space. So there would not be any cost to build that. It's going to be there, anyhow, and I think that provides that same opportunity for the ELC and also partner with the students to provide training they see in the public safety environment a different side of things than just the police side. I think brings a lot to that, and just want to kick those discussions off, because as we break ground, you know, what's it going to take for the connections. Now, I should say the only cost would be any equipment that goes inside there to run as a secondary site, but facility-wise, the connections, the running of the generator, electrical technology will all be there, and it would be there whether you use it as a secondary site or not. So not asking for any money, just an opportunity to do some collaboration, and I think provide another service for Seneca County, and training for adults and kids mixed in there. So that's kind of where we are today.
Perfect, Greg. I appreciate you taking initiative, and as you said, it's another great example of collaboration between two basically public entities to do a good job at a minimal cost for the citizens. I think also we talked about storing or housing a backup ambulance and/or emergency vehicle in that site. You guys want to
Sure.
expand on that?
Yeah, we plan to put a fully equipped backup unit there that can be also utilized by the students. Another collaborative agreement, because a lot of the students that we get straight out of school come from Sentinel. We utilize Sentinel, Vanguard Sentinel specifically, primarily as our initial education site for EMTs, and that would give them an opportunity for when they do their hands-on training, they would be able to utilize the equipment they'll be using once they become EMTs with Seneca County EMS. So it's almost a no-brainer because of the opportunity that we have to put a vehicle there. We will do that, as well as the alternate EOC site, which is going to be an excellent opportunity for education and training.
So where we are at is that you have the 1,000 square feet. We have equipment, Dan, that's there now. We probably have to upgrade some of that equipment for the secondary site.
Yeah, we would need to duplicate some of that and put in that new 1,000 square foot area, tables, chairs, audiovisual equipment, you know, the stuff that we would need to operate as an emergency operations center. Lay that out and see what we could do. I envision something pretty similar to what we have now.
How many square feet do you have where you are now?
If you're
Upstairs.
in the EOC itself, and you know where the round table is off to the side,
Yeah.
if you just square that whole thing off, is about 1,000 square foot.
Okay.
So it's very similar in size. But you know, there's a lot of stuff there. You know, a lot of equipment, computers, audiovisual stuff. So it's not that we have double all that. We would need to obtain stuff to put in the new facility.
Right. Okay. Well, again, gentlemen, I appreciate it. I think we can, take this to the next step, talk further about exactly all the logistics of moving in there and using it as a backup site, but it certainly has my seal of approval. I'm sure we'll talk about it formally and get it approved here.
Okay. And we have time, but just to let you know, a time frame as well, what we're looking at. The shell of the building will go up this summer, and prior to winter, have it under roof. Kids are actually going to take over their project, so our building trades and electrical, they'll actually be doing the work in the inside. So that gives us opportunity to lay out the rooms and make changes as needed, so we have opportunity to do that discussion. And then any work that's not completed by the end of the school year will be completed by a contractor, and Klaus Construction got the contract, so local, and they've worked with our kids before, which is a great opportunity. So it'd be up and fully functional by the 17-18 school year. So that's what we're looking at time frame, just to kind of give you an idea.
Well, thank you, and it's fabulous. It's helps us with the secondary site that we didn't have, and we were just talking about that at whatever training, Dan, you had a while back, and then also, like I said, the training potential for the students to see things firsthand and have that, tied in next to their labs and so forth. That's great.
And I think an
Great,
on-site facility like that we'd have access to, like Greg said, we would have access all the time to that, would be great. We are constantly overbooking our place, where we don't have always room to do the things that need to be done, let alone if we had an emergency situation. I was talking with Dean Henry the other day and mentioned some of this to him, and he's a public information officer, and boy, he was kind of excited about that too. That could be an area, perhaps that would fit in. And then just being able to expose these students to emergency management. They already got exposed to EMS and law enforcement and fire, but they don't see my side of stuff. I think that's a great opportunity. We could do some neat stuff out there and get that
Greg,
developed.
again, Greg, I appreciate you thinking of us, and I appreciate you giving us the opportunity here, and I think it will be mutually beneficial for your students and for the county.
I think so as well, and then looking forward to working with everybody. So,
Thanks.
okay.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you,
Okay.
thanks for coming. And yeah, if you need to go, you guys can go, that's fine.
I'm sorry, I do have.
Yeah, I know you got, I know you got other things to get to,
Okay.
thank you.
All right, thank you.
I think we can hit our one old business item before we have a joint ditch call we need to do at 10:15. We can at least get through that. We had down the Board of Elections renovation update. NCUP was around, I think, last week? Was it last week? And brought us, they've been working with, Mike Brininger's here as a member of the Board of Elections. The ideas and concepts that were presented that they got from working with Lori and Jim and then the Board of Elections on what they wanted to see. Things were looking really good there. And then what he started to ask us was ideas about the programming of the space that they're moving out of. And that's why I said, well, we've got to put this on an agenda because we need to formally know where we are as a board on that space. The concept is thrown around about that being offered as space for regional planning. Charlene knows that as well, but I thought we have not, it came up as in a conversation about the Board of Elections space and what that space would be empty. So I guess we need to formalize where we're thinking. We don't need action, but we need to know before we can direct them to give us any ideas or what we need them to do. As well as regional planning has got to know whether they're considering it or not because of cost allocation. Are you?
I mean, I'm fine with that being the concept. I think that, my initial reaction would be that we ought to keep that space as vanilla as possible. 880 square feet, I think it is, and, at this point, I'd kind of like to see what it looks like with everything
Empty.
removed.
Yeah.
And
Once
see
it's
how much
moved.
space there is there, and, but I've got no problem with going forward with regional planning, looking at the space and trying to decide what initially we ought to do.
Okay. And I'm in favor of that, and I thought, Charlene, you've got an executive committee meeting coming up, right?
Next week?
And the difference, how it impacts their cost allocation of what they pay us for space is gonna be obviously the square footage, and it's a different building, as Tanya pointed out to me, your utilities are different because it's a different building. And that's always paid kind of in the rear, cost allocations based on the previous year's actual
years.
usage, or 2
It
years?
ends up being 2 years
2
by the
years
time we
behind.
get the numbers.
Okay,
What's the square footage comparison? What do you have now?
I did the numbers yesterday and I'm about 760, 790 square foot. So I'm about
How many?
760. So I'm not even.
760 square feet.
Yes, I would gain maybe 30 square feet, but the visitability and visibility is key there. So I'm almost thinking the cost allocation might be pretty close.
Yeah.
yeah, then if the utilities are different in that
Okay,
building.
for
yeah,
some reason that
probably.
space seems bigger to me downstairs, but,
Does it?
yeah, but, okay, so it's only, so it is 800 square feet or thereabouts now, 700 square feet. And you'll be moving into something similar,
Yeah,
okay.
because with the change of the entrance, there's gonna be a little bit lost out of that 880 that's there now. Because that wall there's a wall that's gonna get put in there. But that, I don't know what that is, if it's losing 20 square feet.
Well, I think it's important to have regional planning have some visibility, and right now, we don't have a lot. And I think it would be a good thing.
Yeah, that works, so I guess Charlene, then we can, I talked with both Stacy and Tanya the other day, and we need to sit down and talk about that cost allocation factor and how that, give you at least some projections, so you could take that to the exec committee to at least know what the impact is on that.
And I'm
That's
meeting
scheduled for
with
tomorrow.
Stacy this week.
Tomorrow.
to
To go over what our current allocations are and how that could potentially change, how it's calculated to understand Maximus better, so we can look at those and have a good idea of what the difference would be. Because, executive committee is gonna need to have a fuller scope when we sit down and talk.
Sure. Sure.
Do we have any thoughts for the space in the basement of the RTA then?
Storage. Well, I know there's a lot of storage coming back to, I'm looking to Charlene, the regional planning, but it's our stuff, all the records from the CHIP program for the past whatever that WSOS has had.
Yeah.
And they're being mandated to get that back out to the actual owners.
Yes.
And that's gonna be a lot of stuff. So I think the challenge will be working with John on I mean, you don't want to just fill a room with boxes, but to have it as organized storage. So I think, Charlene, you mentioned TaxMap probably has storage needs as well, and maybe it's a real good place to continue to keep our CHIP, CDBG, and TaxMap storage stuff, because they need to have access to it, but it's, a lot of it started in, is in that building, other than what's coming back from WSOS.
And there will be quite a bit coming from WSOS, just from previous experience, I can tell you 20 years worth of files are going to be coming back.
Yes, Director Brady, we were gonna call on you, I think, here.
The question that I have is, where do we go from here? I realize that it's infant stage, okay? And there's been some, you've been using the word collaboration, and I think that's finally in our vocabulary. But where do we go from here? I mean, is it a deadline of January 1? Can you share some of those things with us when we will be able to make is a plan going to be made before January 1? Or isn't that even on the table as we speak?
Yeah.
I'm just looking to the future, so.
The plan would be, once we like, the Board of Elections likes, and we like what the engineers that they're drawing up as the specs, they'll get the the specs ready to bid, to then have their cost estimate on what it's gonna take to do whatever with your new space. And then once we like those specs and that kind of thing, then we can put it to bid. That has to be backed into when we know the space is available. And so we talked preliminary about that with him when he was here last week. It is supposed to be back into being our space with the tenant gone January 1. So, you know, we could target that being the factor. We want to be real careful there, just depending on if something happened and that she wasn't out. We don't want to have a contractor that then we mess up their schedule. So
Sure.
we've got to factor in the days correctly to make things all flow together well.
That was my question, is,
Yeah.
you know, because as we speak, there's a lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be bid and we'll know the price prior to January 1st, I mean, that's safe to say.
Yes, it'd be a matter of what the bid says on when they can start.
Right, it was just a question of, I mean, we'll have everything done, approved by your office, ready to go before January 1. And our plan is to get contractors in there January 2, whatever day that is.
I want you to realize I am only one of 4, and I saw in the newspaper this morning where you're having a meeting about this. That's the reason that, you know, I'm just asking questions as a board member, not as
And
chairman.
I had
like
called Jim
Fruth.
Fruth Friday and said, by the way, it's gonna be on our agenda, just as a heads up, since you're the chairman, I said, I'm just gonna give you a call. I said, we're gonna talk briefly about what we talked with Encompass last week, and I can update Mike and Fred. And, but I said, we have to discuss what's happening with your old space. So that's the main driving point of getting it on the agenda. So we can appropriately prepare for that too.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
Again, the collaboration between the two boards, the commissioners, of course, and us is a very vital piece. I just wanted to have an
Yeah.
update, was all.
Sure.
Thank you for
Thanks
sharing
coming.
that with us.
Yep, appreciate you being here. So I think that's it. We will
Gotta make your phone call.
make our phone call to Wyandotte County.
This time of year.
Yep. I think we done in July 1, I think.
That's right.
You have reached the Wyandotte County Commissioner's Office and the CHIP office. In order to reach Sue Schreider or the Commissioners, dial 1. Or for reason, the person at extension 100 is unavailable. Please leave your message at the tone. When done, hang up or press the pound key. Thank you. Goodbye.
Well, try it again.
I guess, yeah.
reached the Wyandotte County Commissioner's Office in the tip office. Commissioner's Office, may I help you?
Hi there, this is the Seneca County Commissioner's Office calling for the joint ditch hearing.
Okay, hang on, let me transfer you to Steve.
Okay, thank you.
Fancy music with you.
Hi.
Hi there, this is Commissioner Stacy. How are you?
Good, Holly. I got Ron and Bill with me in the east side.
Okay, and Commissioner Kirschner is here as well. It's the two of us here.
All righty, well, we're ready for our special session. What do we need to talk about?
All right, she will read it.
I have a resolution for the maintenance assessments for collection in 2017 for the Seneca and Wyandotte Joint County ditches maintained by the Seneca County Ditch Maintenance Program. And I have two ditches, Grimes Joint County Ditch and Weininger Joint County Ditch, and actually they're both at 0. So,
Okay,
no increase.
all right. So therefore, do you guys want to make the motion?
I will make a motion to accept the red.
Okay, Mike Kirschner, I will second.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second to continue with no increase on this project. We'll call the roll here first.
Commissioner Kirschner.
Yes.
Commissioner Zoller is absent. Commissioner Stacy.
Yes. And on your side?
Oh, Commissioner Metzger,
Yes.
Commissioner Seitz,
Yes.
Commissioner Klinger.
Yes.
Okay, all approved. Thank you very much.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Ladies.
All right,
Saves a long drive to Seneca County.
that's right, that's right. You can still come visit.
Okay. Lucas County tomorrow?
We have what?
We gotta be up in Lucas County for the Northwest Ohio meeting.
Oh, we will, I will not. I don't think we're gonna be there, no. No.
You're gonna miss a good ball game.
We're gonna miss it. I know, they're going to Fifth Third. All right, have a good day.
Okay, thanks, Steve.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, includes that. Okay, we've got our next stuff scheduled at 10:30, so we might as well start with some of the new business.
Okay, I've got bill vouchers, batches number 17695 to 17956. I have a supplement to the permit appropriations to the general fund, putting $3,155.56 into equipment. This is for the airport. Is that the right one, Tanya? I have an appropriation adjustment within the SFY 16 Sheriff Community Corrections Grant Fund. He's moving some money around from $500 from training to supplies and $450 from other expense to supplies. I have a supplement to the permanent appropriations to the state fiscal year 15 Community Corrections Grant Fund. They are appropriating a total of $23,949.45 into their various lines. I have a supplement to the permanent appropriations to the Delinquent Care and Custody Grant Fund, putting $25,000 into equipment. I have a supplement to the permanent appropriation to the Delinquent Care and Custody Grant Fund. They're putting $30,000 into their transfers outline. To go along with that, they are moving a resolution authorizing a fund transfer be made to the Delinquent Care and Custody Grant Fund. They're moving from their 162 line to their 159 for the amount of $30,000. And I have a supplement to the permanent appropriations to the Delinquent Care and Custody Grant Fund. Again, they're moving an additional 130 into the transfers in. A resolution authorizing the agreement for the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Correction Subsidy Grant for fiscal year 2017 on behalf of Seneca County Common Pleas Court 2, retroactive to June 21st, 2016. have a resolution amending the board's orders of January 16th, 2003, Journal 73, page 474, permanently waiving the annual 3% residential sewer user fee increase for the Hammer, Heinzman, and Honey Creek District within the Seneca County Sewer District effective January 1st. This was at the recommendation of Mark Zimmerman, our sewer district manager. Felt that we needed to waive that it was set as an automatic 3% every year, and the fund is doing rather well, so they don't need to collect the additional. Mark will get back with us, as he's gonna keep monitoring the fund, and if he needs the increase to put back in, he will do so in the future. I have a resolution authorizing the purchase of a 2017 Ford Fusion, car, and a Ford Escape. This is on behalf of the juvenile court. A resolution authorizing the disposal of unneeded, obsolete, or unfit county-owned property. These are the vehicles that they're trading in. It's a Ford Taurus and a Ford Fusion. They will be trading in on those other cars. And I have a resolution authorizing the purchase of 3 2016 McCoy Miller 170 Medic modules mounted on a Ford, you really have to make me read all this, Ford E450 chassis through the Ohio Department of Administrative Services Cooperative Purchasing Program through an agreement with Burgess First and Ambulance Sales Incorporated on behalf of Seneca County EMS Department. And that is made available mostly because of the grant, Safety Capitals grant. And those are all I have.
Okay.
Okay, before we vote, I have a question about the delinquent care and custody fund. Is this supplementing care for children when the payments aren't made by the proper people?
Yes.
So if they're not getting, alimony or child support, I guess, from the person, then we have to
It helps
pay the
pay
foster.
it helps pay for the services. That's for juvenile probate court.
It's moving from the one grant year to the next.
Yes.
So is this reimbursable then when people pay delinquent? Do we see that come back in? And who's in charge of collecting this?
This is a grant, and these transfers are moving the grants from one grant year to another because it's a state grant, so it's just now hitting the state grant year. I honestly don't know the specifics.
But I
on
mean,
the
if the
grant
grant
years.
is for the purpose of paying for people that have not paid their support properly, does the grant get reimbursed when we receive those payments?
That would make,
Yeah, I don't know that to be
Yeah.
true. I don't know if
I've
they
never
get,
seen-
since they're granted the money, I don't
Well,
know that they get the
yeah,
money.
the question is, if you got a loss,
Mhm.
are we tracking it to see whether or not we're recovering it? And should that not come back to the county?
yeah. They are tracking it, yes. They have to be very specific in their paperwork for this grant.
Okay, well, I've never seen anything come back in to
From
say
Jay?
we're paying.
That we're getting revenue.
Yeah.
We'd have to pull the revenue report for that specific fund. Usually when we go to Budget Commission, we're only seeing the general fund. This
Okay.
isn't general fund, this is their.
I just want to make sure we don't lose track
Sure.
of the fact that people are delinquent in their child support.
Mhm.
We pay for it to make sure the foster parents are compensated. And then, somewhere down the way, somebody has to write a check for $5,000 delinquency. I want to make sure we get that back, and it comes back to this fund and not for general operations.
Sure, yep. And I can have Teresa come down and,
Yeah, because I'm not sure how the grant works. I mean, if it's just, to make sure the services are getting provided, because they're not what is in the normal channels.
I
And
get
if it's
that.
supposed to be some payback or how that's set up, I'm not sure.
I mean, I get that we need to take care of the foster parents, but I just want to make certain that we're tracking this.
tracking it, yeah. Juvenile probate court is usually very good with their tracking. They would be
Sure.
very specific, so, but Teresa can explain that.
Somebody can explain that to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
All right, do I have a motion then to approve the resolutions as stated?
So moved.
And I will second. Any additional comments or concerns? If not, you'll call the roll, please.
Commissioner Kirschner,
It's easy for you to say.
apparently not today.
Yay.
Commissioner Zoller is absent. Commissioner Stacy.
Yes, all stand approved, thank you. We are calling for the Tri-County ditch. Are we calling Sandusky County, Wood County? Are they calling us?
I think they're calling us.
Okay. And the joint
Do
ditch
have a-
with Sandusky County, we're just due immediately after that one.
Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we've got 4 total. 2 for just the joint, and then 2 for the tri-county.
So if we're waiting on their call, do we want to do bid opening? Or do you want to?
I have no bids.
Oh,
I have one.
Oh,
Hey,
they get
there's one.
here on, I'm assuming you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
You say,
been-
okay.
Yeah,
So I'm
he-
like,
so he's-
didn't stamp it. Okay.
because there's nobody up there. We're
I
all
was like,
here.
I'm like, I don't have any.
But now we have one.
Now we have one.
Can you pass around the signage?
I sure will.
This is for the CDBG Fostoria ADA restroom project.
Let's see. Engineer's estimate. Let's see it. Charlene, do you know what the engineer's estimate is?
It's $80,000.
That was the engineer's
I
estimate?
think so, that's what, if I remember correctly.
Let me see, yeah, 80,000 was the cost estimate.
Yep.
This bid is from Studer Obringer, and they're out of New Washington, Ohio. And their total bid amount is $87,850, 87850.00.
That makes a 10% by a bit.
Yes, under so. And I imagine
Charlene will take those.
Charlene and Dan are gonna be the ones that look over those, because Dan's back here, okay? For Fostoria, okay. All right, well, we appreciate the bid. Thank you. Glad you got the bid, and they'll review and proceed from there once they have a chance to do that. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Stuart Obringer.
All right, so Sandusky County still hasn't called. Again, we don't need to call.
Do you want to try? We'll just wait and try them if you want.
Is it the 6111?
He's the current guy still. Want him leave or something?
In Sandusky?
Yeah. They had such a big consistent race over there.
Well, it should be the new one.
Dan didn't run and Terry didn't run.
But he's still.
But they're still there to the end of this year, yeah.
Sandusky County Commissioner's Office, this is Tracy.
Hi Tracy, this is the Seneca County Commissioner's Office calling for the ditch.
I'm gonna hang up real quick because Teresa's trying to call you right now from our conference phone, okay?
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Right.
We just need to be patient.
Okay. What do we say?
Yeah.
How do we answer that in here?
Let me see.
We have transferred. Yeah, that's this one. That's what it says right there, 107.
Okay, that means transfer to our conference.
Just hit the- Hello? Good morning.
Hi, this is Teresa with Sandusky County. Hang on just a second, I'm gonna hook Wood County in with us.
All right. They have this one.
Wood County?
Yeah.
Yes.
We have one, they
Sandusky
have
County, you're
one.
still with us?
Yes, we're here.
Oh, great. Good morning.
Good morning.
Wood County does not have Commissioner Coolman. We have Commissioner LaHope and Commissioner Herringshaw. Thank you. Seneca County.
We have Commissioner Stacy and Commissioner Kirschner.
And Sandusky County has all three commissioners. I'm going to go ahead and write the Tri-County resolution. We have resolution 2016-156. This is authorizing that the proposed maintenance work for 2016 for the Wilbur Bell Joint County Ditch number 2302-A, the Big Mud Joint County Ditch number 717, and the Wagner Joint County Ditch number 783 in Sandusky, Wood, and Seneca counties be approved as submitted by the ditch maintenance supervisor. We have the percentages for the Wilbur Bell is at a 1%, the Big Mud is a 0.5, and the Wagner joint is at a 0. Can I have a motion, or does anyone have any questions on that?
Mike Kirschner from Seneca County, I move for approval.
Thank you.
I'll second. Commissioner Polder, Dusty County.
Okay. Roll call, Seneca County. Commissioner Stacy,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner,
Yes.
Wood County, Commissioner LaHope,
Yes.
Commissioner Herringshaw,
Yeah.
Commissioner Polter,
Yes.
Commissioner Schwolko,
Yes.
Commissioner Thatcher.
Yes.
Wood County, thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, I have one also.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Don't forget me.
I won't, sorry.
That's all right.
Did yours, and then we'll do Seneca after you're done.
All right, I have a resolution 16757, and it's authorizing maintenance assessments for duplicate year 2016 for Wilbur Bell Joint County Ditch 2302B for Wood, Seneca, and Sandusky counties. And Engineer Huber has all of the percentages at 3.630. Are there any questions?
Are those percentages the same as they were?
Yes.
Okay.
Wood, Seneca, and Sandusky all have 3.630% on them. Amount provided for Seneca would be 21840, Sandusky 7144, Wood 55102.
I'm gonna make the motion, roll call.
Second, Herringshaw. Okay, roll call is Sandusky County, Commissioner Polter,
Yes.
Mr. Thatcher, Mr. Schwolko,
Yes.
Seneca County Commissioner Kirschner,
Yes.
Commissioner Stacy,
Yes.
Wood County Commissioner LaHope,
Yes.
Commissioner Herringshaw. Yes. That's all I have.
Okay, now we'll say goodbye.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
At Seneca County, we have our second resolution, and this is Resolution 2016-157, and it's authorizing that the proposed maintenance work for 2016 for Bart Creek Joint Ditch 673, Barson Group Joint Ditch number 718, FL Cheney Joint Ditch number 752, the Indian Creek Joint Ditch number 681, and the Stacy Group Joint Ditch number 831 in Sandusky and Seneca counties be approved and submitted by the ditch maintenance supervisor. We have a percentage for the Bart Creek is at 2%, Barson Ditch is at 1%, FL Cheney Ditch is at 1.5%, Indian Creek Joint Ditch is at 1%, and the Stacy Group Joint Ditch is at 1.5%. Any questions?
Mary Thatcher will move for approval.
Mike Kirschner, Seneca County, second.
Thank you. Do roll call. Yeah. Commissioner Stacy,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner,
Yes.
Commissioner Polter,
Yes.
Commissioner Schwolko,
Yes.
Commissioner Thatcher,
Yes.
so moved. And that would be all we have for today.
I have one.
We have one here.
Okay.
I have a resolution for the maintenance assessments for collection in 2017 for the Seneca and Sandusky Joint County ditches maintained by the Seneca County Ditch Maintenance Program. I have, and you're helping me with names here, Kuhn and it's SCAVUZZO. Does Yeah.
Okay.
And Peeler Joint County Ditch and Permenter, 12.9, 68.4, and 12.4. That's all I have.
No questions on this end.
Okay. I will move to approve. This is Stacy.
Gary Tetra, second.
Okay. The motion is second. No further comments or questions. We'll call the roll from here.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Yes.
Commissioner Zoller is absent. Commissioner Stacy?
Yes.
Commissioner Soko?
Yeah.
Commissioner Thatcher?
Yes.
Commissioner Poulter?
Yes.
Approved. All right.
I think we're good then.
We're good. We're all set.
All right, have a great day.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, it's easier than driving. For the same length of time after we get there. All right. That concludes all items of business. We have an opportunity for citizens' comments at this time. So, citizens' comments. Loretta.
Just a curiosity, the number thing, on the second thing under the, after the bill vouchers, the appropriation adjustment within the FY 16 Sheriff Community Corrections, is that total figure supposed to be what it says?
No,
Or
it
is that
should be
just a
950.
typo?
It's just typo.
Okay,
Yeah, 'cause
that's, I was just curious, but.
yep.
Was it the document we signed, I'm assuming was correct?
Good catch.
I'll have to look.
Okay. All right. Other citizens' comments?
I have one thing.
Yes.
I guess I'm a citizen too. I just got an email, we got a $5,500 grant from the EMS board joint, from the state VMS, State Board of EMS. Just want to let you know. That's new, because they usually announce that on June 30th. We got a little early. So
Okay.
$5,500 additional, so we're gonna get that, and we need to replace some equipment that we have been wanting to replace, so that'll do that. Just want to let you know, figured get you guys in on the scoop. 'Cause
All right.
We just got the email.
Good news. Great.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Others for citizens' comments? No? Yes, Pat?
My question is, back on Wolf Creek, we have got some sandbars within the last year or so. It's got a fourth of the Wolf Creek shut off. I'm gonna be going back in to remove sandbars and trees again. I'm doing this all on my own, and it's gonna run way over $5,000, just out of my own pocket. And this was supposed to have been on maintenance. How are we status on getting this ditch on?
We met with we did the request for qualifications, and based on Engineer Zimmerman's recommendations, we met with the one company to negotiate the scope of services, and that's where they had the chance, that was last Monday, the chance to ask us specifically about what all we needed. So Conservation Service was there, Mark and myself, and so now they will come back with putting the pricing to that, and then we'll go through the process of negotiating out the price to award that to them, so they will get the engineering work done so the cleaning can happen. So, not fast. They're anticipating that the cleaning and what's gonna be the best estimate price-wise is to do it after the trees are in full foliage, as they are now. And so it's gonna be looking at coming into late fall, into the winter timeframe. And there's nothing we can do with it to get it up any faster. Mark, yielded uncle on not having the time to do it last year, and this got us into the realm of doing it all outsourced, and so that's the stage of where we're at.
So I guess I'll go ahead and do it on my own until we can get something done, but I'm just spending,
Yeah.
I just checking in.
Right,
That's
right.
all
I had another
I'm-
call this morning. I didn't catch him when I called back. Someone asked me as well about where the project's at, and he's gonna get the same explanation, but that's, yeah.
Okay, appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. Anything else for citizens' comments? Okay, none. Motion to adjourn?
So move.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. We stand adjourned at 10:45.